Man, listen, it is July 14th. It is 9:30 at night. We're doing the third shift pod because people got things to do this weekend. But because of the last episode and the good reviews, we got to keep the train going, man. It's barbershop mentality. We might be right. It's your man Julius Rock. I'm here with my main man P. We got Riggins here again. Let me start the pod off accordingly with Black Excellence. Black Excellence goes to Darrell Revis.
Murdering people online.
Listen. Asante Samuels to me. Asante Samuels could play. I will never question Asante Samuels. But to me, Asante Samuels is the game Meek Mills and Azalea Banks. Every 3 to 6 months, that groundhog comes out the ground and they start shitting on somebody. I don't know when, I don't know how. That groundhog come out the ground and they start shitting on somebody.
The issue why it becomes an issue with what he says is because you cannot question this game. The motherfucker can play. So when he's saying stuff, you like, oh, is that real? Is that the way he sees it? Because I guess he can play. He's Mr. Pick Six. So I guess what he's saying has some. No, man, you cannot. Hey, everybody that can play cannot talk the game. Everybody that can talk the game cannot play. Asante Samuels is one of them dudes who step on the field and just gift it. You know what he's doing. But you can't
talk. Listen, but I understand it. But listen, you give Sauce Gardner some shit. You can't just blame Sauce Gardner on fucking New York media, bro. That doesn't make any sense. You were in fucking Boston, bro. Get the fuck out of here with that. So you were in Boston, Atlanta, and Philly. You were in 3 major markets. Get the fuck out of here. Also, you can't talk down to the Darrell Revis, bro.
No,
you can't. You just can't.
Yeah, that was when he lost me. Like the Sauce Gardner stuff was kind of crazy, but he lost me at Darrell Revis when he was saying, "What does he do?" Somebody tell me what he does. I will share. Everybody that I listened to who was a wide receiver talked about how you couldn't even get off the line when he pressed.
Yeah, it takes away half the field.
Yo, I seen a stat that had the QBRs of the quarterbacks that threw at Revis side, and that shit was ridiculous. That shit was in the low 30s.
And that's them knowing not to throw over there.
Yes. Yeah, and that was any given. You got to think. I think, his division, it was well. So it was in his conference. It was like Carson Palmer. It was Brady, of course. I think Rivers. I'm trying to think back to 2009, who was all quarterbacks back then. I don't know who was Miami quarterback at the time. I don't know who the Bills quarterbacks at the time, but he was locking
Matt Moore.
Up.
Oh boy,
Miami probably has a combination of Matt Moore,
Fitzpatrick.
I'll say it: the underrated Matt Moore. He's not good, but I think he was a little underrated.
You know what? That's fair. That is fair. That is very fair. Let's move forward, man, because I know we did an hour and a half last week, and I don't want to do that. I'm going to pass the ball to Riggins before we get into our topic. He has a new segment that he wants to roll out, so we're gonna let him roll it out.
Yeah, I found we've been trying to get the podcast sponsored for a while, and I got a 1 week deal. They're letting us test it from Charmin. They're gonna let me. They said you guys couldn't do it, but it had to be me doing the extra soft, extra white Charmin corner. So we're gonna give out just for me. As a guy who loves Black people, who loves Black culture, but is very clearly not Black, I got kind of a foot in both worlds, right? I get to see and experience a little bit of everything. So white people feel very comfortable being very white around me. And so today we're out shopping at Costco. There's a torrential downpour. Me and my girl just kind of waiting under the awning for the rain to stop. Not going to fucking happen. We have other things to do. So I just decided I'm gonna make a run through the parking lot. Now I was telling P this off the air, and we cut it off because we want to do this organically. But so I'm going through the parking lot, and I tell him, it's the worst part about it is, the like 1.5 inches of water the whole way running through. Like, I don't care, my shirt gets wet, whatever. But P, then you said that the worst part was what?
The worst part of any torrential downpour is when you step in the puddle and your socks get wet. When the socks get wet, it's over with.
Which, as a middle-aged white dude in the summer, is not really an issue for me. Because when I'm going shopping, I'm rocking my Hey Dudes, man. I don't have socks on. It's okay.
No, we got chanclas.
No, I was not rocking the chocolate. It was just a Hey Dudes, man. The hate, which if you're not familiar, is a kind of like a I don't even know how to describe it, man. Kind of like a slip on whatever. Is my mic cutting out still? Are we good?
Yeah, you good. You good.
Okay. Yeah, man. So I don't know. Like I have not seen like any black kids that I coach rocking Hey Dudes. None of my black friends rock Hey Dudes that I know of. I mean, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. No. There we go. Well, highly recommended. Yeah, man. Shout out to Hey Dudes for making me not have to get wet socks because just the whole shoe got wet. And it's like machine washable. It's straight, man. It ain't like rocking a pair of J's or anything.
Can you put Hey Dudes in on Amazon and it will pull up what you're looking for?
100%. Yeah. Peep them things.
Wow. All right, man. I'm gonna move forward.
Hey Dudes.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, I knocked them.
Hey Dudes for men.
Yeah.
Hey Dudes for women. Hey Dudes for kids.
Listen, I'm just telling you. I knocked them until I got a pair. Now I got like 3 or 4. Probably gonna get some more. Can't be beat.
So
they're like Crocs with a college degree. That's what they are.
You heard me? I'm gonna go ahead and move it forward a little bit.
All right.
Not to cut Riggins off. So are we starting with the AFC, right?
We're starting with the NFC.
NFC East.
AFC East. All right. So today is AFC East, NFC East. So I am excited. Okay. Everybody on this pod has different agendas. I have agendas as well. We all have agendas. So I am going to go in order of standings from last year. Now, we're going to go in blazing hot. Let's start with the New York Jets. Shouts out to Kwame West. I'm going to hold my boy down. Shouts out to Kwame West, but we're going to start with the New York Jets. Who want to go first? P want to go first? Riggins want to go first?
I'm going to just get it out the way.
Let's go.
Everybody knows I got the Aaron Rodgers agenda. I'm going to go ahead and say it like this right here. I think we're at a positive, negative push for the New York Jets being better or worse, depending on the final moves that they end up making. And if they end up making moves in favor of Aaron Rodgers, they will be worse than they were last year. The New York Jets offensively, that was their only downside. And also, I think defensively, they got stretched towards the end when they were on the field because the offense couldn't fucking figure out how to, play football. Bring in Aaron Rodgers, and it makes sense if Aaron Rodgers is the only move that you're going to make. If you're going to keep the offense where it is, and you're going to make Aaron Rodgers play ball the way your guys know how to play ball, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, if you're going to do that, adding Aaron Rodgers is a plus. If you're going to bring Aaron Rodgers in from Green Bay and have Aaron Rodgers play Green Bay football in New York, that shit is going to fail significantly and tremendously. Why? Because Aaron Rodgers is not him. I have the Jets finishing. Well, let me be careful what I say because I have agendas to push. The Jets realistically will finish second more than likely, but I have them actually finishing third. I have them at about 800, 9-8, 8-9, whichever side you flip the coin on that side. I think the Aaron Rodgers New York Jets program, I think it flames out. I think it flames out because there's going to be too much Aaron Rodgers and not enough young talent, not enough Garrett Wilson, not enough Breece Hall, not enough Sauce Gardner. I got the Jets finishing 9-8.
Ooh, 9-8. Ooh, we. Okay, Riggins.
Oh, also Aaron Rodgers retires at the end.
Ooh, that's spicy. I don't think P's that far off. I think they're a 9 or 10 win team because this like Aaron Rodgers, like he's going to be 40 years old. And I know, like, we saw Tom Brady, because he, took care of his body and didn't eat strawberries and bang supermodels. So he got to play for what Aaron Rodgers was banging little bow-legged Danica Patrick and locking himself in dark rooms. This dude is not a 40-year. He's not a 40-year-old Tom Brady. Also, he can't get out of his own way. For all the dude's a first ballot lock Hall of Famer, clearly. But he won back-to-back MVPs, and then the next year didn't even get a single vote. Like the slide is happening. I don't think that he's kind of like P said, like they've got this young talent. Their offensive line's pretty good. Now, if they stay healthy up front, because there are some question marks there. Between Breece Hall, between Garrett Wilson, between their defense, which is really, really talented. They have a lot of pieces to put together good stuff. Obviously, like Quinn Williams, Sauce Gardner, like they got names. But then also Aaron Rodgers wants to bring, like, he complains about the offense in Green Bay and then wants to bring over all the same players. Like, that's somehow going to change it. I don't know why he still wants
Alan Lazard.
Yes, like guys who can't, like
Randall Cobb.
Yes, Randall Cobb's has got, and not even these wouldn't agree, but like Mecole Hardman's not moving the needle for anybody. Like, it's just not. And their schedule's really hard. Actually, everybody in this division has a fucking hard schedule this year.
Fight Club.
Yeah, it's a really solid division. Yeah. But yeah, man, I got them, and part of this is probably me just hating on the Jets because it feels nice to hate on the Jets. I think they finished third in the division.
Ooh. Third in the division. All right. So it's my turn?
Yes, sir.
All right. So before I get into my take, okay? Now, I heard about the decline of Aaron Rodgers, correct? Correct?
Yes.
Am I right?
Absolutely.
All right. So the starting quarterback for the New York Jets, don't Google it. Just tell me how many touchdowns did the starting quarterback of the New York Jets. Just shoot from the hip. Don't Google it.
You talking about like last
Everyone
year?
that played last year, how many touchdowns they threw?
You know what? Just what is the most out of all three of the goddamn bums they rolled out there quarterback?
In the numbers stupid low, like 15 or something like that?
That my number was going to be 14.
Okay. I'll help you out. Zach Williams threw 6 fucking touchdowns. Mike White threw 3. Joe Flacco threw 5.
Oh, okay. 14. Let's go.
Okay, so combined, they threw 14 touchdowns combined. Okay, they also threw goddamn 14 picks combined. Okay, that is your quarterback now. That is your quarterback of the New York Jets. Okay,
and the 14 picks in 17 games is a solid number. Put some respect on their names.
Okay, that's okay. But and they still, in the New York Jets had a top 5 defense, and they still won 7 fucking games and still were in position to get to the goddamn playoffs. Okay, that's without Aaron Rodgers. Okay, now Aaron Rodgers, who lost Devontae Adams, right? I would say that's significant impact. Threw 26 touchdowns last year and 12 picks. So he threw less picks than 3 quarterbacks combined and threw more touchdowns than 3 quarterbacks combined and threw for this, if not the same amount of yards as all 3 of them combined. Okay.
To be fair, that's also the most picks he's thrown since his first year starting.
Okay, that's fair. Now, I had a bunch of rookies out there. They don't know what the fuck they doing.
Sure. And them rookies knew what they was doing, man. It was Aaron Rodgers. The one rookie they had, that motherfucker was ready to go.
But I lost Devontae Adams, P. I lost Devontae Adams, though. I lost.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
Shit, you can't. I'm not gonna let you do that today, P. I'm not gonna let you goddamn pick and choose when you want to hold accountable. Okay, I'm not gonna let you do that today. He lost Devontae Adams and then still find a way to get 26 touchdowns. My question is, how the fuck can they not win 11 games with that? You mean to tell me Aaron Rodgers can't get me 4 to 5 more fucking wins? I can get you 7 wins with mid at quarterback.
Is Nathaniel Hackett going to get it done?
Nathaniel Hackett just there.
Julius
You know
Rock.
why he's there? Yes.
All them touchdowns and them little interceptions, and they were still below 500 last season. All that winning Aaron Rodgers does, and they were still 8-9 to Green Bay last year.
And this defense is better than the Jets than Green Bay defense. The Jets defense is better than Green Bay defense.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Easily.
So I just looked it up. So the Packers last year, most touchdowns by a receiver. Christian Watson had 7. Alan Lazard had 6. Do you know who their third leading receiving touchdown was?
Who? Me?
Probably a running back.
Aaron Jones. That's correct. He had 5.
5. Now, okay, let me ask you this. Would you is Garrett, who is better, Garrett Wilson or Christian Watson?
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Garrett Wilson
I think
was the offensive rookie of the year, but Christian Watson's game is similar. Not in that they do similar things, but the productivity is very similar.
Okay, so I got Lazard. So okay, so I'm
you had a Pro Bowl running back in Green Bay. You had a Pro Bowl caliber wide receiver who you stunted his growth for the first 10 weeks of the season.
P, let me finish. P, let me finish. P, I'll let you cook, P. Let me finish, okay? Even if he's not a bad bitch, he is Melissa Ford, okay? All right, I'm still pretty good, but I'm just not these young IG models running around here now, okay? I don't have he's for these burgers, okay? That's what he is right now, okay? Now, my question is Bryce Hall healthy? That's my question. If Bryce Hall can give me 14 games, right? I like the Jets wide receivers, but I don't love them. But Garrett Wilson gotta be him in order to move this needle, all right? The Jets, if they're healthy, they will have a top 4 to 5 defense. They play defense now, okay?
Well, and their offensive line is really good if they're held, like really good. Mekhi Becton's big ass has to stay on both his legs all season.
That's the problem. You're going in and out, Riggs.
Damn it. I don't know why. Let me tell you what. I'm gonna log out. I'm gonna restart. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll keep going. So I don't love the Jets O-line, but I think the Jets O-line is decent enough to hold up. And I got the Jets winning 11 games. 11 games.
So you said all that just to say Aaron Rodgers is good for 3 additional games over 2 to 3 additional games over what I said.
Yes, that's all you need. That is what they went and got him for.
If Zach Wilson would have just took some ownership, the Jets would have won 9 or 10 games last season.
He ain't good enough, P. It doesn't matter how much ownership I take. It doesn't matter how I count my hole. He isn't good enough. He's just not good enough. He's trash. You can't. I don't care how much hair pressure you put on a pig. He's still a pig.
So, do you think the Jets will benefit by running things the way Rodgers runs them, or running things the way they were running them last season?
The way they could not. They want touchdowns. You let Aaron Rodgers do what he do to score touchdowns.
You had an offensive rookie of the year in a team that didn't know what they was doing.
That offensive rookie of the year, he had almost 1,100 yards last year. He will have 11. He will walk out the bed with 1,100 yards. Aaron Rodgers got 2 more years left. All the Jets need is 2 damn years. That's it. They're not that they are. If they get MVP Aaron Rodgers, that's phenomenal. But if you give them Aaron Rodgers last year, they're a playoff team. Period. I'm going to take care of the ball. I'm going to throw some goddamn touchdowns. That is what the Jets want. Period. 11-game Jets. I'm standing on it. Are they winning the division? No. Are they in Fight Club? Absolutely. I got the New York Jets winning 11 games, wild card team. I'm standing on that. I think Riggs is back. Riggs, you back?
I am.
Okay, I got the Jets win 11 games, baby.
Ooh, all right.
I got the Jets win 11 games. That's what they went and got. They got Aaron Rodgers for him to give them 3 to 4 more wins, and they're going to win a wild card. They're not going to win their wild card. That's cool. That's okay. 24-20. If Aaron Rodgers does the same thing he did last year to the Jets this year, they're a wild card team. Hands down.
We're not all that far apart. 9, 10, and 11 wins between 3 of us, right? I mean,
playoffs though.
Yeah. Well, like you said, Division's Fight Club.
Yes.
So, I mean, we could have 3 teams from that division make the playoffs. Absolutely.
All right, man. Let's pivot here, man. Let's talk about the New England Patriots. Now, I'm not going to be as harsh as you think I am, but let's go, P. You have more faith in that fraud than I do, but New England Pats, talk to me.
It will interest you all to know that my faith in Bill Belichick is wavering.
Oh,
it is wavering.
Because last year you told me you did not believe in Tomlin, but you believed in Belichick. But I digress.
I did not say that.
We have audio, sir.
I didn't say that. I thought. Listen, if you ask me who the top 2 coaches in the NFL currently today are, it's Bill Belichick and Mike Tomlin. Okay. Like that's with no second guessing. I don't think one is better than the other. I think one has been afforded stability through the years that he has not had over the last 4 years, and it has impacted him. And that may lead me to say Mike Tomlin is better because Mike Tomlin has also experienced some instability and has figured out how to weather the storm. But I think we would all say that New England and the Steelers are 2 of the best well-run franchises in the league.
Yes.
All that neither here nor there. I don't know how the New England Patriots have gotten better. Julius Rock was 1,000% correct when he side-eyed the offensive coordinator arrangement that Bill Belichick decided to move forward.
Situationship.
Yes.
He had 2 assistants calling offensive plays. I don't believe that worked out well for anyone. Mac Jones may soon be on the trash heap. I think there's been reports that Belichick is not in love with Mac Jones. I got the Patriots finishing last in this division. Defensively, I believe they're always going to be tough because I think that's Bill Belichick's calling card. Defensively, they're going to be tough, but this division is tough. I pray that they beat the Bills. I don't see them beating the Bills at all. I pray that they beat the Dolphins. I don't see them beating the Dolphins. I pray that they can, beat the Jets. And depending on which Aaron Rodgers decides to show up and which team Saleh decides to coach, they may not get it. So I have them finishing last. I have the Patriots winning 5 games in 2023.
Wow.
Bill Belichick might be getting fired.
Ooh.
Ooh.
The Grim Reaper comes for all of us at some point, I guess.
I guess if you say fired, I guess I say it in this. The way Sean Payton stepped down from the New Orleans Saints, I believe Bill Belichick may do the same with the New England Patriots.
The old future endeavors.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They're not. He's done too much there for them to fire him unless they give him the opportunity and he looks Bob Kraft in the eye and he just says, nope. And he's like, well, okay. But I don't think that's going to happen. One, because I don't know if Bill's going to walk into the massage parlor where Bob is to have the conversation, but maybe he will. I agree. They finished last in the division, which has not happened under Belichick, I don't believe. And I'm on record somewhere as saying that I think that for the Patriots dynasty, that the GOAT was in the hoodie, not the helmet. So he's got to prove that. We saw Mac Jones is not it. They could not or would not give Cam Newton the career resurgence we all kind of hoped that he'd have. They're going to be good on defense. If Matthew Judon can stay healthy and be the pass rusher he's shown he can be, they've got solid pieces on defense. Part of it too, like Belichick he's still doing some GM stuff, right? Like he's probably still got final say in most of that, right?
Yeah, he's still GM.
And how old is he? You know what I mean? Like eventually, like you being a really good GM and being a really good head coach, Like that's really, I mean, that's hard for two people to do both of those jobs well and like borderline impossible. Like it's impressive what he's done, but I mean, nobody hits on every pick forever. They got away with the fact that they did have, a Hall of Fame quarterback. That makes every coach look good. We've talked about it on here on the podcast before that, bad quarterbacks get good coaches fired.
Not to interrupt Riggins, but if we just really quickly glancing back, what draft pick did they hit on in the Bill Belichick era?
Oh, they've been bad in the first round. They've been bad in the first round.
What draft pick did they hit on?
Well, they don't have a ton of.
Most have been on defense.
Well, that
and they usually don't draft high anyways.
Well, that's what I was going to say is that it's not that they don't necessarily have like superstars in places, but it seems like they find guys that are like if you're playing Madden, like everybody on the team's like an 84, which is pretty good. You know what I mean? Like,
wasn't there like a joke when they took the tackle from the FCS school last year? Not this past draft, but the draft before, they took the tackle with like 27, and everyone was like, we had a third round grade on him. And Belichick took him in the first.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that happens. They take all these guys that I don't know. It's one of those things that it almost feels like it's a safe bet because if you miss, you go, well, yeah, like we thought he had a high ceiling and it might not pan out. But if it hits, you look like a genius. You know what I mean? It's like when we make hot takes on the podcast. You know what I mean? Like if you miss, whatever, it was a hot take. But boy, if you get it right, so I don't know. Their biggest is Hunter Henry going to be their best weapon on offense?
I think so.
I mean, I think that says all you need to know about their offense.
No, like they picked up some receivers, didn't they? Who they pick up?
Juju. Yeah. See how quiet you got, Juju. Juju. See how quiet you got.
Oh no, they got that dog from LSU that was running the train on the assistant with the
Booty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you liked him in the he was one of your top 5 guys in position in the draft.
Yeah. But he was an honorable mention.
Okay.
But
they saying Boutique ain't learning it fast enough. That's what they say. He might not have it.
He ain't come to play school, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
You better figure it out. I mean, he's physically talented.
Yeah, I guess the Devontae Parker was the pickup that I was thinking of, but
who? I don't know. I mean, they're just not very good. I mean, they're going to be good on defense. But I think 6 wins, and again, a hard schedule, 6 wins maybe. And at some point, Bailey Zapp replaces Mac Jones as their starting quarterback. Here we go.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Ooh. Whoa, man, I need that. I need it for agenda purposes.
I've hated the Patriots for a long time. It feels pretty good when they're bad.
Since 2002.
Yeah. Feels good when they're bad.
All right. So I'm gonna research this when we got the pod. I want to know when Bill Belichick took over as GM, because it's been a stark difference in drafting players. So from like 2001 to about 2012, the Pats was hitting in the first round. I'm gonna read through a couple players they were hitting. Okay.
2009. So in 2000, he was kind of the de facto GM, and he split duties until 2009, and then Scott Pioli left for the Chiefs, and I guess.
So, Pioli was over there.
Yeah, he was the.
Oh, that makes so much sense. So listen. So these are the guys that they had. They drafted Richard Sherman, Daniel Graham, Ty Warren.
You mean Richard
Watson.
Seymour?
Seymour, not Sherman. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my fault. Richard Seymour, Ben Watson, Vince Vilfork, Logan Macon, Lawrence Mahoney, Brandon Merriweather, Gerard Mayo, Devin McCourty, Nate Soldier, Chandler Jones, Dante Hightower. That's from 2001 to 2012. Now, 2014 and up, down the draft picks, lost draft picks. Sonny Michel, Isaiah Wynn, N'Keal Harry, traded draft picks, Mac Jones, Cole Strain, Christian Gonzalez.
Not great.
Not good. Okay. So, and this is going to lead to my point. So I believe Mac Jones is mid-Jones. Now, I don't have a problem with Mac Jones. I have a problem with Bill Belichick for what he did to Cameron Newton, the liar himself, Cameron Newton, who lied in P's face, who lied in my face. Okay. So I have that's a separate conversation with my issues with Cam Newton. Okay. But Mid Jones, he to me is not a bad quarterback. He's just he's just at the wrong place at the wrong time. I do believe Belichick is on the hot seat, but I'm going to come back to that. Okay. They overpaid for Devontae Parker. Okay. Devontae Parker had 700 yards the last couple of years. He got like 11 million. That doesn't make sense. Okay. He's making more than like Saquon Barkley.
Austin Eckler's punching air. Listen to this.
Punching air. Austin Eckler, like game-changing running backs are making less than Devontae Parker. But Bill O'Brien will help. I just don't know how much. It's like I can't do but so much Bill O'Brien's not a bad coach. He can win with less, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's always either had a wide receiver or some type of quarterback. He don't got no targets. Defensively, the Pats are going to be good. I think they'll have a top 10 defense, but I just don't think they'll score enough. I think the Pats defense is just good enough to give them 7 wins. Like I think them and the Jets are going to like they're going to be the new Jets in this division. They're going to win 7, maybe 8 games just because of the defense, right? The defense and the run game will keep them in games. You know what I mean? But I don't think Kraft will fire Belichick. He will fire him as the GM. Bill Belichick Robert Kraft is going to look Bill Belichick in the eyes and say, hey, Playboy, I'm going to need you to let this go. And Bill Belichick, who does not want to let the power go, I can see him retiring. I can see him being an analyst. I can see him going in the studio. I can see him being a consultant. But
I think he'd hate being on TV.
You know what, man? I think
I feel like he's more Greg Popovich, where he gives off that he don't like to talk, but he actually will fucking run his mouth. I've seen some specials.
I agree with that. So no, I think
Peyton and him and Ed Reed, and they had really good conversations. He was good on TV.
No, so you know what? I'm going to walk that, but go ahead. I'm going to walk that back, but then I do have something to add on. Go ahead, because you're right.
But I think that I think 7-8 wins. I think him as the GM will be fired. I just don't, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I will say this, P, while Riggins kind of focus on that. P, you still there? So P, I'm going to say this. So I can see. I know this is how I know some shit real. He's trying hard for DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins don't want to take the bait, but he's going to trade for a wide receiver this year. He is going to if Bill Belichick throws a first rounder out there or a second rounder out there for a wide receiver that he usually would not get, off a team, some disgruntled wide receiver, I don't know.
Can I hot take you?
Talk to me.
Because you just put your finger on it.
Okay.
Michael Thomas.
Yes.
Michael Thomas is the name that comes to mind when you mention those particular attributes.
Yes. Michael Thomas. I wouldn't be
even Mac Jones can complete slants.
That's true. Jalen Waddle. Not Jalen Waddle. Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
It's something that's growing wide receiver out there. I have a bigger. Listen, I got a theory for you, Pete. I got a theory for you. I got a hot take theory for you, both of you. Depending on how shit going Oakland now.
I thought that name too.
Depending on how shit going in Oakland now. Hey, Josh, can you do me a solid?
Josh, you owe me.
You owe me, Josh. Let me get Renfro for the second. Let me get Devontae Adams for 3 first. Don't be shocked. You heard it here first. Don't be shocked. Don't be surprised. If a favorite don't get called in, if you're going to see some desperate shit, let the Pets start 0-5. Let the New England Patriots start 0-3 or some shit. You're going to, hey, Bill go jump out the fucking window. That'll let me know that Bill job is on the fucking line.
Now, as we kind of walk through that, Deebo Samuel was another name that popped to mind. That'd have to be a trade.
Well, I think everything's gonna be a trade. Everything's gonna be a trade. It's gonna be a mid-season trade.
I don't want to get away from Shanahan. I think his talents in a Shanahan, I don't think he wants to get away from that. I mean, unless he just wants to get the bag. You know what I mean? I don't know.
All right, man. Let's move on. Let's move it along further. So let's talk about the Miami Dolphins, man. Your Dolphins, man. Talk to me, B.
This team right here, these are my division winners.
Okay.
This is all contingent upon Tua's brain remaining solid and not in gelatinous form in between his ears. If Tua can stay on the field, can stay unconcussed, this is a 12-win team. They have made the most improvements out of any of these teams in the division. Shall I say any team in the NFL? You've added one of the top 10 defensive players in the last 10 to 15 years in Jalen Ramsey to your defense. You are one of the, if not the fastest team offensively in the NFL. And although they did Brian Flores dirty, the Mike dude is a pretty decent NFL coach. I have to give him his props. He's done great things, even though he finished with the same exact record as Brian Flores the year before. That is in part to Tua's ability to not, do the stanky leg on the field. If Tua can stay healthy, this is the 12-win team. I have them winning the division.
Okay. Riggins, go ahead.
So I'm a little off of P there. I am a big Mike McDaniel fan, and he just seems like the kind of dude who not only is like really, really sharp, but dudes like to play for that guy. They like that dude, and that's important. And they are remarkably fast at the skill positions. Tua can't be, twitching like a cockroach that just got hit with Raid. If that's the case, they fall off. I think they win 11 or 12. Again, their schedule's super hard too. I think they can win 11 games, but I also don't quite trust them enough on defense. I think while I respect Jalen Ramsey, I think he's had an exceptional career. Old cornerbacks, the like Fury 365, it can drop off fast. When stuff breaks, it breaks. You know what I mean? I don't think he's a guy that they specifically, the offense specifically target because he's totally washed. He's just not him anymore. And it happens. No disrespect to Jalen Ramsey, but the addition of him, having a veteran presence back there and a dude who knows what he's supposed to do, is important. I just don't think his physical skills are quite what they used to be. So that addition doesn't move the needle as much for me. This division's Fight Club, and I think they finish second and still potentially, win a playoff game, depending on their draw.
All right. Well, I guess I'm just the erratic one here. So the question is Tua healthy? Now addressed every issue but one. Backed up quarterback. Why did you not? Is that what I mean? They legit could have beaten the Bills last year because then they played Bill in the first round playoffs, right?
Yes.
You could have beaten the Bills if you had a backup. Because I think Teddy got hurt. We all know Tua was hurt. If they just legit went and got a damn backup quarterback. I think the quarterback is Mike White. The Skyler guy still there. I just feel like you could have got a Jacoby Brissett. You could have gotten I don't know, just a bigger invest. I would have got I would have tried to get James out of New Orleans. Just some investment in just having something safe behind Tua. That is my only issue. You know what I mean?
You mean like a pillow for him to land on?
Exactly. A pair. You know what I mean? You jump off the 12-story building. You just have that big old that there.
I mean, LSU got air conditioning in their helmets this season, so I mean they could put airbags into his helmet. I mean,
like the helmets that old people wear, or like that bikers. Sorry, not old people. No disrespect, just people that ride bicycles. The ones that like auto inflate. They couldn't do that though because he gets tackled all the time. That'd be tough.
So if this team is healthy now, defensively, I think they're very, very good up front. I was thinking about the Ramsey thing. I think they got insurance if somebody gets hurt. They drafted Cam Smith. You know what I mean? So from South Carolina, they got insurance in case, you know what I mean? You can never have enough good DBs. I think with Xavier Howard, I think Ramsey is to the point in his career where he's not the number one guy.
Clearly.
But I can be a hell of a two. And there's nothing wrong with being a hell of a two. There's nothing wrong with being a hell of a two.
Shout out all but one of Josh Norman's career years.
Exactly. Norman is a career number 2 or 3. He just had one out of his mind career. I think Ramsey will look like a number 1 corner this year because he has a better front seven in Miami than he did in Rams.
Okay.
Down the stretch.
Can I mention that Josh Norman was only a number 1 because David Gettleman absolutely fucking sucked at being GM?
Yes. That is true.
Hey, you look at our running back room and say that.
Shit, man. Don't get me started on David Gettleman, man. Don't get me started on David Gettleman.
Hey, if he could draft in the first round. He can draft in the first round. I'll give him that.
He can.
Give him his flowers for that, but other than that, yeah, we overpaid for some spots.
Wait, who did he draft in the first round?
He drafted Short, Star.
He didn't draft Star.
He did draft Star.
Star. What year was Star?
2013.
All right, so yeah, 13 to 16.
Was that not? That was horny.
That's not horny, man. That's not horny, man. That's Gettleman.
Hold on.
That's Gettleman. He drafted Benjamin before Benjamin found a buffet.
I thought Benjamin was his first draft in 2014.
No, he drafted Star.
Yeah, 13. So Star and then Benjamin, Shaq Thompson. Thompson.
Shaq.
All right, check that. I was incorrect. He whiffed on Big Vernon Butler, but he did get I know, Rome, you're not a fan of Bradbury, but I mean he was pretty good for a second round pick.
I take it back from Bradbury. I was too hard on Bradbury. Let me move forward. Move forward.
Lot to cover.
If there are no if they can get Tua through December and November, right? I see 13 wins. I see 13 wins. I see winning division. I see home playoff game. That's what I see. I feel strongly. At the end of the day, Dalvin Cook is going to be a Dolphin. Dalvin Cook is going to swallow his pride and be a Dolphin. And if that's the case, I got speed everywhere, and all I have to do is get to a damn January. If I get to it in January, I got a chance. So I got 13-win Dolphins, man.
All right,
If they're healthy.
I can put them up top if they get Dalvin Cook. If they get Dalvin Cook, that's big.
That 13, 14 win.
Yep.
Buffalo Bills, man. Talk to me. Buffalo Bills.
3-win team, last in the division. Josh Allen gets benched. That's what my heart wants to happen. Obviously, talent-wise, from the coaching ranks, they're one of the best teams, one of the top 5-10 team coaching-wise in the league. I have Miami winning 12 games. I have the Bills winning 10 to 11 games, so long as Stephon Diggs doesn't punch Josh Allen out at some point during the season. And even if he punches him out, he might punch him to greatness the same way Cam choked Norman to greatness in the Pro Bowl season and the Super Bowl. I don't think the Bills got better. I think they maintained, and their maintenance keeps them among one of the top teams in not just the AFC East, but the AFC as a whole. I just pray on their downfall at all times. So I'm hoping for that 3-14 collapse. I'm hoping for that Josh Allen benching. I'm hoping the pumpkin shows. I think since 2021, Josh Allen's thrown the most interceptions out of any quarterback in the league. Don't quote me on that. I just follow the stats very closely when it comes to Josh Allen. A lot of people don't.
Well, not the good ones.
Yeah, we won't talk about passing yards.
Yeah, the heart wants what it wants. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So no, I got faith in McDermott. I have faith in Bean. I know everyone's been down on their defense because they win a lot of 30, 31, 30 shootouts. They'll score 5 touchdowns, but they'll forget that Josh Allen also threw 2 picks in a game. And then he'll go 2 weeks where he doesn't throw any picks and he throws 3 touchdowns a game and then follows that up with the 4 interception game. We won't talk about that. I pray on the Bills' downfall every day. I pray very hard. Sometimes I feel like I don't believe in God because it doesn't answer my prayers a lot. But no, the Bills, realistically, they'll probably win 10 to 11 games. They'll be fighting for first, but I think Miami will edge them out.
All right, Riggins.
Well, P, you did get your prayer answered in the division round last year, right? When Smoke and Joe Burrow and his boys smacked the Bills. No touchdowns, 1 interception for Josh Allen that day. But
I love it.
But the great Ric Flair said, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And right now in that division, the Bills are the man. I agree that they didn't necessarily take huge leaps forward, but also they're already really, really good. So that's kind of hard to do. I agree that they're very well coached. I still see them. I think they have enough talent everywhere to still win the division. I think they could win 13. But also this division is Fight Club, so there's always that caveat. Don't underrate the DeMar Hamlin comeback. I know it's not like he was a Pro Bowler or anything like that, but I think it does matter a little bit for the guys to get him back and kind of rally around that.
Does it?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that's just me kind of.
It's a good story to get the women
good story
to watch the games and, get outside league interest. But that man died on the field. That man died on the field, and the Bills are taking another risk putting him back on the field. He won't. I don't think he'll see any meaningful. He'll play in the preseason, and he'll be a last day cut. I'm like, listen, son.
You don't think?
Go ahead. We'll put you in the Ring of Honor immediately.
Oh no! See, that I hope doesn't happen. I think that's disrespectful to people like Jim Kelly and OJ. Never mind. Is he? Oh, that's a good question. Is he in their Ring of Honor, or was he and they took it down?
OJ is in the Bills Ring of Honor.
Is he okay? I mean, to be fair, like on the field,
Technically, he's not guilty.
This is true.
I mean, I saw somebody say this year's round of Hall of Fame and people who could potentially go includes Greg Hardy. So I mean, if he can be included in that round, OJ can be included in the Bills Ring of Honor.
And Greg Hardy did that shit. He's clearly not gonna be put in the Hall of Fame, but he's
shit. Greg Hardy about to be employed a fucking month at Metro PCS.
Yeah, no doubt. Slinging those phones.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he is in there. I just googled it. He is on their in their
to get
wall
off
of
topic,
honor, they call it. So
is Greg Hardy, Josh, what's the smoker dude's name? Josh
Gordon.
Greg Hardy, Josh Gordon, who else? Biggest bag fumblers in NFL history.
Yes.
And Antonio Brown probably he played too long before he went crazy, right? So I don't know if he fits.
Yeah, I think he cemented his leg. We know what he was going. We know who he is as a football player, but like players that just destroyed their careers. Josh Gordon.
This feels like
Greg
it deserves
Hardy.
some research.
All Hall bag fumblers.
First team all fumble.
I mean, is Michael Vick in there?
Nah,
that's a tough one.
Redemption. He got a redemption.
He did, which thank God that he did. Yeah, that dude paid a much heavier price than other people. You know what I mean? Yeah, but as far as like how much money did he lose and how much of his legacy did not see the field? You know what I mean? But
these new dudes getting suspended gambling, they might also be encroaching on the first team all bag fumble.
Calvin Ridley.
Man.
It's a good question. I think that's worth looking into. Because I'm sure there's people we're forgetting.
All right. All right. Couple things about the Bills, man. I am nervous. It's not that I'm nervous. I have concerns that I don't feel the media is calling out because they just have that boy crush on Josh Allen. But Leslie Frazier is gone. That's huge. I think they say Sean McDermott wants to call the defense a little bit more. I don't think that's a bad thing, but you don't want to call the defense Sean McDermott. You want to manage the game, right? Diggs is unhappy. I seen Josh Allen on the bus with the boys saying it's overblown. Well, the last time we seen Diggs unhappy with Kirk Cousins, he got the fuck up out of Minnesota. I love Dalton Kincaid, but I just, I don't think scoring points will be a problem for the Bills. I thought about this when I was doing my research. Who on the Bills stirs the drink?
Von Miller.
Von Miller's 34. Von Miller's 34.
Here's the thing, though. You can be the guy that kind of leads and stirs the drink without being the best player on the field. And I think everybody looks up to that dude.
So who is the best player on the do they have a guy on defense that is that good enough to stop anybody? Again, this is Fight Club. We have Nasty Boy in Cleveland. You got you got Speed Demons in Miami. You got Rodgers in New York.
I'll tell you exactly who their best player is on. Like, really, their best player. I don't know if he stirs the drink, but it's Matt Milano.
Matt Milano is, yeah. And I would say Jordan Poyer is a dog.
Yep. Okay. Is that enough to get you through Fight Club?
To answer your question, probably
It's a lot of good quarterbacks in the AFC. Young, good quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're good enough on defense.
Shaq Lawson.
Shaq ain't even starting. Tre'Davious
Trey
White.
Edwards.
He's been hurt forever. Tre'Davious Wright has been hurt for a minute. They just like, I'm just being honest. Think about it. If you have a gauntlet of, I don't know, Jets, Dolphins, Chiefs, Bengals, Ravens, Chargers, Broncos. You gotta stop some people, man. It's that's a hard little gambit. You know what I mean? And even if your quarterback is ass, you still got a freak at wide receiver. It's only, to me, it's like every team or a good 85% of the teams in the AFC has either a good quarterback or a bad bitch at wide receiver or both. And you got to stop those cats, man. And that's what happened when they ran into the Bengals in the snow. They knocked the Sonic rings out of them in that snow because they don't have nobody to say, I bet. Let me take T. Higgins away. I can't stop Jamar Chase, but I'll be damned if I let T. Higgins beat me. Oh, fuck it. Joe Mixon is going to run the ball down our fucking throats. Like, I just don't see who on that defense is good enough to stop the bleeding when they need the most.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think off the muscle of that team, they will make the wild card game. I think they're going to claw and scratch for 10 wins. But if the shit starts shitting and Stephon Diggs is unhappy, they're going to have to move Stephon Diggs the fuck up. They're going to make a decision. They're going to make a Kobe and Shaq decision. And it's going to be, do I want my boy toy, sexy boy, Josh Allen?
Michaels.
Or do I want this fucking hot? Yeah, that's what the media said, man. Yeah. Shawn Michaels. Listen, man, when Josh Allen comes on the
Diggs is not the Genetti.
That's what they try to say in the media.
They're more of a Hall and Nash than a Michaels and Genetti. That's disrespectful.
Listen, you people are lucky ESPN had the layoffs that they had, because I promise you, Tony Romo you had to hose that booth down when Josh Allen was on that team. You had to hose it down because it was going to be sweaty and disgusting. If you thought Adam 22 wife got split apart, wait till Tony Romo looks at Josh Allen.
I almost made a reference to that earlier, but I was like,
I'm just saying, Tony Romo.
My goodness.
He's biting the damn booth like Lita Plug is biting the sheets. That is Tony Romo with Josh Allen.
So here's the real question. So Diggs is unhappy. What does he want?
Anyone but Josh.
Is it just he's just unhappy with the quarterback situation? Is that all it is?
I think he's tired of.
Is it Allen as a person, as a player, both?
I think it's more offensive scheme. Like, he wants the ball. Like, because remember in that game, in the playoff game, he only saw the ball thrown to him like 2 or 3 times.
He had.
It was snowing, man.
Yeah.
Blizzard. The ball was going somewhere else, though. It was going to other people.
So he had 42 pass attempts in that game. Let's see if I can find the targets.
I think that while you look that up, Riggins, I think Diggs won on the contract.
He had 10 targets in that game.
How many catches did he have?
He only had 4 catches.
Correct that bitch. If it was a Devontae Adams get 12, go get 15 targets.
Well, no, no one else was in double digits on either team but him.
That ain't enough. I think it's a new contract, though. Seriously, I think it's a new contract.
I mean, which is all well and good. Like, I get it. Like, these guys have short shelf lives. Get paid while you can. He's obviously super talented.
And I think he is tired of coming up short. Because we're like, the Bills are contenders. It's like the Bills have that Justin Herbert height, where Justin Herbert has the height, but he doesn't have the wins. It's like Josh Allen has like they talk about Josh Allen as if he is been to Super Bowl, but he hasn't.
Right.
I think Diggs is tired of coming up short because everybody else is getting better. You know what I mean? The window is closing for Buffalo, bro. I don't care what nobody says. The window is closed. Josh Allen about to get to the back. of the bus if they don't figure a way to stop some people on fucking defense, in my opinion.
Well, and not
Because
for nothing, if Diggs gets more money, hard for them to get better in other places. Which again, get paid, but just also understand that that's what that means. You know what I mean? Like, he deserves it. He's really, really good, but every dollar they spend on him is a dollar they can't spend somewhere else.
man, draft. You got to hit and get draft picks.
You do, yeah. Well, let's
You know what I mean?
see what Dalton Kincaid does, you know.
Anything else, folks? We're gonna cut it short today, man. Me and P's gonna run it back on Sunday, man. Anything else y'all want to share before we get up out of here?
Nah,
No.
man. Just
Enjoyed
happy to
it. Glad
be by
P's
land
safe.
on the West Coast.
Yes.
Dropped my son off at West Point this past week, and we almost died in a flood. So,
man, well, we're glad P survived the East Coast.
Shout out to P.
I was in all different hoods of New York City. It was not safe, but it also was not as fantastic as y'all made it seem. The food was very mid. I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying. I walked into the deli spot and I got the bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, and it tastes like Jimmy Dean's. You know what I'm saying? It tastes like Jimmy Dean's.
Jimmy Dean's isn't even good enough to be mid. That's tough.
Wow. I'm not going to start because I'm going to give Kwame West this episode. I don't feel like arguing with my brother. About
They're the ones who told me to get it on a roll. Shout out Kwame. He told me to get it on. He said, "Don't get it on the bagel. Get it on a." That was his idea. I just did what they told me to do.
That's hilarious, man. You know, he told you that, but when my in-laws come down from Harlem and Brooklyn, man, they just buy bow rounds from Bojangles by the pound. But you know, whatever.
I get it. I would too.
Buy the bundle.
Yes.
Just give me all the bow rounds that you have. But man, yo, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Yo, appreciate y'all for fucking with us for this late night pod. If P is alive and well on Sunday, we're gonna come back with the NFC East, and then we'll just be back on regular schedule next week, man. Y'all appreciate y'all for fucking with us. Peace.